Welcome to How We Grow, an essential playbook to grow and scale your vacation rental business with advice and insights from the best in the biz, with your host, Lynell Gordon. Welcome to How We Grow, the Vacation Rental Show. On today's episode of the Vacation Rental Show, we're thrilled to have Moriya Rockman. She is a serial entrepreneur. She is the founder of multiple successful ventures in the luxury hospitality and vacation rental industries. She co-founded Smiling House Luxury. They managed over 6,000 luxury rentals, by the way, and won the Best Holiday Site Operator in the 2022 SHORTYZ Awards. In addition, she founded Villa Tracker and Triangle Luxury, innovative platforms that are reshaping the way that investors and luxury travelers engage in high-end properties all over the world, guys. She has a keen focus on leadership, empowering women in business, and technology, cutting-edge technology, bringing that into the vacation rental sector. Moriya continues to make a significant impact in the luxury hospitality space. So today, we're going to talk to her about luxury hospitality, leading women in this space, leadership as a whole in the vacation rental industry, and this new channel of B2B and B2C. Welcome, Moriya. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I'm thrilled about being here today, and listening about how you describe me is making me blush in a way. Yeah, one of the things of being entrepreneur is to be in a lonely place. And it's only sometimes when you're getting the feedback for your hard work that you're putting for years.
I'm very excited to have you because I have to tell you, you're one of the most successful women in the industry. And I think we need to talk a little bit about you personally. Let me tell you why. Normally I don't do this, but I want women and men all over the world to hear a little bit about your background, what you manage, and you're just a normal person. That's how you think about yourself, but you're really extraordinary. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. So I'm almost 50 years old. I'm a mother of 7. I'm originally from Israel, but I'm Swiss as well. I'm based here in Gstaad, which is a beautiful ski resort in Switzerland, in the Alps. And I fell in love with hospitality completely by chance, a little bit more than 11 years ago. So I've been there from the start, more or less, without even knowing what is vacation rental, how big it's going to be, how will it be that everyone in the world will know what is Booking.com and Airbnb. Step into this industry purely out of hobby and fell in love with hospitality. And since then, a lot of things have changed. I started as a single homeowner of a 400 years old chalet up here in the mountains and been through everything, like in a hotel, starting from being the bellboy up to sitting in the chain office management. But this road that we did together, me and my husband, Ira, founding Smiling House and the other platforms that we founded, was all by recognizing some needs and some gaps in the space of vacation rental, and especially in everything that has to do with luxury vacation rental. And I'm so happy to tell you that since the data that you read or got before, today Smiling House has 12,000 properties worldwide in more than 400 destinations. And I'm happy that these numbers are changing from day to day, because today is like an official OTA. And this is something I must say I never thought about creating or having under my hands. And it's a very tough road, but I love it. That's the truth.
Well, I bet you do. I think that anybody that is that successful must love what they do because they're working so hard at it until they don't, and then they do something else. Let me ask you this. What's your approach to ensuring that these properties, that's a lot of properties, deliver consistent high yields for investors? And how do you manage the complexities that are involved with that type of operation?
Well, there's so many angles to this when you're dealing with so much information, data, regulations, different taxation that has to do with different destinations worldwide. It's a lot of challenges, but I would say that we created a real platform, means that we have the property managers and the homeowners from one hand, and of course, investors who is interested to invest in this type of investment. Then we have the clients, the travelers the private ones from one hand, and now with the new platform, we have also new crowd, which is travel professionals. And it's very beautiful to see that when it's come to luxury, actually the world is small. The same expectation will be in Thailand as well as in Marrakesh or in Egypt. So luxury, it's luxury, and it's luxury united worldwide when it comes to expectation, when it comes to amenities, when it's come to the flair and the feeling of wow, that people are supposed to come home after visiting such a place. And that's in a way is helping us because the property managers or the homeowners who's providing luxury hospitality, as well as the clients, the travelers, or even the travel professionals who's searching for such a solution for their travel, they all have the same mindset, the same standards, and the same passion for hospitality from one hand and for great experience from the other hand. So even though there's more and more properties, it's the same thing. And it's lovely to see that it's the same concept, the same values worldwide. That's why we can expand our activity and open new destination with no limitations.
Let me just make sure everybody understands. So you're not only doing rentals, but you're also offering investors a platform to purchase these, right?
Right. So in the platform that's called Triangle, we did something that is very unique. We allowing investors to search vacation rentals that are for sale, but not only vacation rentals that are for sale, but also vacation rentals that we can share the real 2 or 3 years of history and creating a yield that is based on cash and financing of local banks in different parts of the world. So pure investment from one hand with a mixed use of we only focusing on 121 nights, for example. So the rest is yours to have. So you invest in it because you love the destination, because you want to be part of the community, because you want to be part of it as well, and not necessarily because you invest in something that you know that you're looking only at numbers and percentage. So that's one of our offers for investors. And another thing that is really interesting that's happening in real estate is that in luxury, it's the only time when somebody is booking a week or 2 week stay. And after 3 days, he's like, hi guys, any chance that this place is for sale? And then
Yeah.
we are setting up a visit during their stay in that place or maybe parallel places. And we're helping property managers in luxury to actually benefit as well from being a little bit in a position in real estate world. I believe actually that in luxury, everything is for sale because originally it's somebody's second, third, fourth place. So if you think about it, every property manager in luxury have a small real estate agency. We just help them with Triangle to do it officially, to do it legally, and to connect investors to the great work that these hospitality experts, these property managers created over the years, because they are the one that creating actually the yield. They are the one that creating the value of this house above the market price of it just as a house.
So how do you build the trust between the property managers and the investors to make that transaction successful? How do you do that?
Actually, it's very easy. When the investors want to invest in a property in a certain destination that they like, on top of it, getting to know an amazing property manager who's creating an income, and we can provide this as a history of the place. Together, working with data research companies such as AirDNA, we can provide also the comparison, the performance of this house at the moment next to the performance of the market. The same place in Mykonos, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, in 2022, 23, 24, and you can compare to that house that you would like to buy and see, wow, they're actually doing more, or wow, I can still do more, and it's still amazing. And by introducing the investor to the property manager in the end of the process, of course, they gaining twice. They gaining an income, a house that contain already an income, a vacation home for themselves, But the most important, or not less important, a trustful person who's taking care of all their needs. Because in luxury, you can be sure that the people who's taking care of these properties, these villas, these chalets, these castles, or whatever, they are so committed. They will do everything to keep that property into the highest level. And that's, of course, on behalf of anyone that will invest into such a property, to get it together with such a dedicated person that will take care of all his needs. And of course, if you need to call the plumber, he will be there even if it's off season. So you're getting something with the possibility to invest offshores, abroad, with less pain, with less worries, and with return on your investment.
So your Villa Tracker and your Smiling House Luxury, they both bridge the gap between legacy travel professionals and modern luxury vacation rentals. So that's what we've been talking about. How has B&B technology transformed the way that luxury properties are marketed and booked today?
So the B2B is completely new thing in vacation rental. To be honest, B2B was or considered to be almost notorious in the vacation rental. Nobody was allowed to speak about it, to think about it. And all the big OTAs such as Airbnb, Booking.com, etc., blocked the activity of any travel professionals. The idea was from host to guest connection and no mediator, no travel agency in the middle. So it took many years to anyone even to think about it as a possibility. And we just naturally, because we are in luxury and there's much more to share, and got the knock on the door, especially since COVID time, saying, hey, do you have a property here? Do you have a property there? Do you have a villa there? When everybody wanted their own amenities, they all wanted their own pool, their own spa, they didn't want to share anything with anybody. This is the moment that I realized, hey, there's a whole world out there. We were not supposed to talk to them, or they didn't really wanted to speak with us as well for many years. But now it's time. And it's all based on sharing. Even though there was no legitimation from any corner, I decided to act on that and build Villa Tracker for the last 1.5 years. Was a hard and long road. But today we're working with tens up to hundreds of travel professionals, and the travel professionals coming from completely different sections. They are concierge companies and VIP companies, and they are event planners who's doing weddings, and they are movie makers that looking for locations, and we have the most amazing locations, of course. If they are doing it alone, they're called travel designers, like hair designers, and if they're working in a big agency, they're called travel agency. But we are open for all of them in Villa Tracker, and actually they do not need to do anything. It's like Airbnb for travel professionals. It's a closed platform. So only the one that actually proving that they are travel professionals get the access. Once they're getting the access, they're getting the commission from us, and all the properties becoming under their label with their logo, with their brand name, with their phone number, etc. So we created a whole CRM and a workflow that they can work together with their clientele. And everywhere in the vacation rental industry, there's only positive support to it, how nobody did it before, why we didn't have the access to get to these people before. It's still on its early days, but I can tell you that this kind of activity is already turning millions. And the people that coming as travel professionals and enrolling into Villa Tracker for free, by the way, till now are from different parts of the world. And there's no limitation from where you are, as long as you have the client who can pay and will be interested to visit these beautiful homes around the world.
That is really exciting.
Interested in a unique franchise opportunity? iTrip Vacations provides a unique business opportunity in a thriving industry. iTrip offers an executive-level income potential with work-life balance in an exclusive territory. As an iTrip franchisee, you'll provide a full array of short-term rental property management services for the properties that you manage. iTrip offers extensive support and training requiring no previous experience. Visit us online at itripfranchise.com to learn more.
I'm going to change the subject a little bit. Let's talk about what unique challenges do you face as a woman leader in this industry, and how do you overcome those? I know you're a mother of 7. You told us that, and that's a challenge in of itself, I'm just going to say. But other than that, what kind of challenges do you face, or even if you want to speak to that?
Yes, we're talking here. We are two women here on the two sides of the screen. I think that women are facing challenge when they want to be creative. They will meet these challenges as growing challenges when they will try to do something bigger, but even in everyday life, everywhere in the world. My journey proved that as long as I was a small property manager and had a small collection, I was cute and nice and so on. When I started to get into tech and development, first of all, I met mainly men that were sitting in different position. The tech world is very
Male dominated. It
male
is, yes.
dominated. And even colleagues that I knew for years were looking at me suddenly different. Like I heard not once and not twice the idea of, hey, Moriya, you have already a successful business. Why don't you drop it? What do you need it for? Let other people that understand better. Or why do you think that this kind of an ideas of yours will be successful? If it would have been successful, Airbnb would have done it already, etc. These kind of things. And you know what? None of this stopped me and shouldn't stop anybody. And I want to especially talk to the women out there that listen to us today. Girls, don't stop. And especially don't stop when you hear no. Every no should encourage you to stretch your back into 1 more centimeter of being straight, thinking straight. Don't let this voice let you down. Don't let this glass ceiling to limit you. Hospitality and vacation rental, especially, are wonderful places for women to grow and to spread their wings and to say what they want and what they think and to keep on their free mind. I'm happy to be part of this industry. Maybe in another industry, the no that I would hear would be a definite no that won't allow me to continue. So I'm still very grateful to the industry I'm part of. But yes, it's a hard road. And there's many moments when you want to think like, oh, enough, or I spent enough money on this already. Maybe they were right. Maybe let me stay in the small and the safe and so on. But in the morning, you're waking up and thinking like, no, I'm not giving up on this yet. It's like another baby that you need to give birth to. And that's it. It has to be a real baby that will come to the world. And each one of these babies have to be what they are. Better, less better, doesn't matter, but it's something complete, something with a meaning, something with inspiration. So that's about my road. And by the way, I'm trying to also hire different women to work with us in Smiling House. Of course, we have some guys as well, but we mainly women, different parts of the world, all mothers and some of them young women. And there's a place for everybody to dream and to fulfill themselves. That's the way I think.
No, I agree 100%. As a woman entrepreneur myself, I know those words that you've walked, and I know how difficult it is. I love the fact that you told everybody, spread your wings. Now, whether you're a guy or a girl, spread your wings for sure. But I'm going to say something that might be just a little bit controversial. I want to remind, and this is just one of those, if that the Proverbs 21 woman that people talk about so much, she owned her own business. She did her own thing. She supported her family in a very unique and special way if you read that. So I think that we should empower women in this industry, especially when you start getting into the tech industry and it is so male dominated. Guys, there's no reason why you can't move forward. Just like Moriya said, I think you should take her advice and spread your wings, especially if you're thinking about it. And if people want to reach out to you and ask you about what you're doing and things, would you be willing to talk to them?
Of course, I'll be happy to talk to each and every one of them. Always also considering to add more people to the team because the way we're working is 100% remote. So anyone from anywhere with the same passion can join us. I'm open to talk in any platform. LinkedIn is definitely a great one. Under Moriya Rockman, you'll find me very easily. Facebook, and I guess Instagram as well. I'm not that much on Instagram, but I will see your message if you write it over there as well. I guess LinkedIn is really the place. And about the will, I'm happy And, in COVID time, we established, do you remember that there was a platform called Clubhouse where people, especially in COVID time, talked one with another. So we were opening a dedicated club. And over there, we gave me and other thought leaders, as we call it in our industry, a lot of tips, a lot of support, a lot of sharing of our experience in the hospitality world. Each one of us from his passion and his maybe the thing he's the expert in. And out of this clubhouse where we were talking to so many people on a daily basis came an amazing project that I don't know if you're aware of that called Hospitable Host.
Yes. Yes.
Which is the first book was an idea of one of our listeners, the editor that reached out to us and say, you're sharing so much every day. Why don't we put it into a book? It became a bestseller on Amazon. And since then, with the same great lady, Jody, she created many more books. And I'm just saying that I think that we have to share our knowledge. We have to give the way to more people to get into this world, especially the people with passion for hospitality, because it's not a secret that after a success of 10 years, in the last 2-3 years, there's a lot of investments that coming from big bodies, from big organizations to get into this. And something a little bit about the personal touch, about the real passion for hospitality and thinking about the guest within all the tech and the hundreds of tech support startups that are born every day to support this great industry. We have to keep on having the people that really have the passion, the real people, not the AI people, for hospitality. We still have a real guest and we still need to be real passionate about hospitality if we want to be successful in this business. And that's especially the people I'll be happy to meet.
What do you see happening in 2025?
A lot. I think that the industry is becoming very techy, almost too much. The AI is like a storm. It's going to change this industry and other industries, but this industry is going to be changing a lot. A lot of, let's say, less professional people won't be there anymore, which is in a way a little bit pity because the homeowners who open their own houses will go and they will become fewer, and the property managers will be bought, and we will see a lot of merging, a lot of acquisitions. The one that will stay to mark the road of hospitality and vacation rental in specific in 2025 will be the one that have a unique voice. So if you are in this field, think about your unique voice or think about a bigger company that is resonating with your ideas and your values. And if you are not yet with AI, you will get a lot of offers to join. You probably will have to join in one point, but just promise to yourself that you will stay authentic. That's my wish for the industry. But I think that we're going to go through a big change.
I agree. I think so too.
And I think not because of Villa Tracker, but I think 2025, 2026 will be the years that we will see the real connection between travel professionals and property managers, between vacation rental industry, STR industry, and the legacy travel players, until it will be one. So this definition will go and be blurry with the years. The same with real estate. I think that every real estate agency, especially in luxury, that respect itself and got, like franchisees around the world will have to have a vacation rental segment or department. We are working with the biggest names in the world in real estate already now, with Sotheby's, with John Taylor, with so many. So it's just showing that they already recognize the need.
Well, I agree with that 100%. And because of the professionals that are getting into the industry in a very deep way, it's changing a lot of the way that the legacy property managers think about pricing and all other types of things that they're doing. Just for instance, it's a little tiny blip on the radar in an area that typically has probably an average sale price for a, say, 5-bedroom oceanfront home. whereas it used to be 1.2 million a few years ago. Then it moved up maybe to 2. And now with Sotheby's and some other very large players in the industry, we just had a listing for 3.5 million. And we were talking about it one night because it was a beautiful home. And we were like, we'd really like to make an offer on that home. It's a great home, but where did they get that number from? And we know because it was outside people that came into this smaller area. And the next night it was under contract. So things are they really are changing in the face of that's the luxury market like you talk about. As you continue to shape the future of luxury vacation rentals yourself with your new projects, and what innovations are you most excited about yourself, and how do you see that impacting our industry?
I think that the one thing that I like very much about what I'm doing is that it got connection to different activities. So we have the connection to real estate from one hand, but from the other hand, we getting a connection also to the destination, the future of the destination, the growth of the destination, when the vacation rental and the housing and the real estate is actually shaping the destination, and the destination is shaping back the vacation rental and hospitality in general and real estate of a place. So getting involved with a lot of future plans for different destinations. We're talking with property managers in Greece about a coming airport, and we're talking here in Switzerland about a huge tax-free hub where people will be able to put their art, and the raising of a new international school, a new airport for private jets, and so on. So all this kind of even long-distance planning together with the events that are taking place, together with the people who come to visit, together with the people who fell in love and now want to buy a place and become actually a new homeowner. I think I love to see us as tailors that connecting the threads, connecting the dots, being part of it, and enjoy see the microcosmos that built when you look at it in a holistic way. And I think it's important. The one good thing about technology and knowledge that we can share now in split of seconds is inspire people to discover new destinations, to have new experience. And that's including us. We are in an industry, or in my way of seeing things, that allowing me so much freedom. I can work from anywhere. I can experience so many places. I can discover so much with my kids, and alongside with keep on having a business taking place in another part of the world. So I'm very grateful, and I think that I cannot put my hand on one thing that I love the most, because it's about the whole thing that I like so much.
So guys, if you have a large vision, this is a really great person to connect to. I'm telling you that I don't think she knows a box actually has a lid. I think she thinks so outside of the box. It would be a great connection here, guys, to connect with Moriya. And I have been really happy to have you here, but I would be neglectful if I did not ask you your favorite property management story, your favorite guest story, or your favorite owner story.
Oh, first of all, I have to say that I enjoy every bit of the interview. So thank you so much. Wow, I have so many stories. We had also some very famous people who came to visit and been a great guest with the weirdest request. Like, for example, one of the VIP people that we were hosting asked us in a contract to change every linen in the house, every sheet, every carpet into a bamboo, natural thing, and to throw everything that was made out of plastic, including of things that are in the kitchenware. You have a little bit of it. And they were willing to put another like $40,000 just to replace everything for a week. And in the end, signed for like 10 days and actually stayed only for 5. So you're thinking like, oh, who's this kind of people? And it was in the contract that there will be no plastic and everything will have to be removed, and everything that will be bought can be staying. And the homeowner in the beginning thought that it's a joke, because he said, but it's a lot of things to change. But that happened. A beautiful hospitality story is also of people who had something that took place in a house. For example, in one of my own houses, there were a movie that took place in a low budget movie, but they took the house for like, I think 4 weeks, and they created a whole story within different corners of the house that I completely forgot about. They gave it a new meaning and life. And later on to see their experience, of course, in the big screen is so exciting. And at the same time, to host people that invited other people for weddings or anything that is like such small but brings so much joy, you can really feel it in the air and it stays in the walls. So I'm just telling you, this hospitality is full of no event, no parties, whatever. But if you have the possibility to have something small within your place, not something messy, but something beautiful, don't be against it. The other way around, embrace it, because I think that the energy is staying there for the next guest to come and for yourself as well.
I agree. And I think that when we talk about luxury rentals that we've been talking about this time, one person's idea of a luxury rental might be that 3.5 million, but we're looking at, and it reminds me of someone else that I interviewed that gave me the Loch Ness story. That was part of their contract. They wanted to see the Loch Ness monster, and they did. Just like you got rid of all the plastic and put only sustainable materials in there. But luxury is everything from oceanfront homes for one couple to these high-end VIPs that you talk about with these $200,000 a week stays.
2,000, 20,000, 30,000 and more. That's so right. But I can tell you that for me personally, I have like one sentence that has to do with luxury. And for me, luxury is where nature is your neighbor. So I like these remote places, authentic. It could be big or small, but they will have fascinating views and they will allow you to feel something that you cannot feel elsewhere. And I'm attracted personally to authenticity. For me, luxury is not in the marbles. Luxury is in the way that you can feel in the place, the way that you can breathe and you can feel that it's different than the place you've been before. And you feel comfortable, you feel good, you sleep good. So just to say that when we are measuring what is luxury, what is a house that will be accepted to our platform, because I don't know if we mentioned it before or not, but both in Smiling House and in Villa Tracker, we're accepting luxury homes and we are declining a lot. So the look of the place, the feel of the place, the design of the place, and the authenticity, together with the location and, of course, the nightly price is a measure that we're taking in account. But even if you have a smaller place, but very unique, don't hesitate to share it with us, because I believe that there will be more people that will see it as luxurious. And we didn't talk about the tech part, but I'm happy to say that we are an official OTAs, both with Smiling House and Villa Tracker, means that property managers all over the world can push their properties within one click through their PMSs with Rentals United, Booking Pal, which is channel managers, and of course, with the direct integration with Guesty. So there's a lot of possibilities from many people in the world to choose these platforms in a very easy way. It's not taking more than few clicks. And we are 100% request to book, because I believe that when it comes to real luxury, there need to be a communication with your guest. And this is something that taking place only when we are communicating not only about the price, but about all their needs, all their extras, all their expectations. And this is the part where we are hosting together as one host. The platform is really active together with the property manager, and from the other hand, the guest or the one on behalf of the guest, which is the travel professional, is able to express and to share so much about the trip, so we can try to design it to be the best.
Well, I want to thank you for bringing such a great focus on leadership, on empowering women, on the cutting edge technology that you're bringing into our vacation rental sector. I really appreciate the impact that you're making in the luxury hospitality space, and I wish you all the luck in the world. I just would love to talk to you next year and see where you're at, because your passion is infectious, and I really have loved having you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much for today. Thank you for the smart questions, and thank you for the time. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm happy, as we mentioned, also to receive from anyone that were hearing this today message or anything, and I'll be happy to go back and to talk next year. And let's hope that a lot of the good wishes for the good year will take place, and the new adventures that are waiting for us both on 2025 will be ones that we'll enjoy to crack.
I hope so. I'm so looking forward to it. I can't wait for 2025. I think it's going to be a great year. Guys, don't forget, reach out. That's what this whole program is about. It's about creating mentors. And guys, you can't have a better mentor than Moriya to look at how to grow a business, not just as a woman, but how to grow a big business and how to integrate your technology with it and just all the challenges that come with it. And we didn't talk about sustainability either. There's so many things that you're involved in, but I hope that people have gotten a glimpse of who you are and what you bring to the industry, and it gives them hope to think, gosh, I can do that too. She has 7 kids. I can do that too. So thank you again. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you next year. I will have you on next year again, and we'll see.
Great, and Happy New Year for everybody.
Thank you.
This episode of How We Grow was brought to you by iTrip Vacations. To find out more about how iTrip Vacations can help to grow your vacation rental business, visit iTripFranchise.com. Make sure to search for How We Grow in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, or anywhere else podcasts are found, and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. On behalf of the team here at Inhabit, thanks for listening.